Hello students, today my lecture is based on some more curated contents of composition to give you a bird's eye view of its different types. Today I am encapsulating 6 major types of composition and succinctly enumerate their essential features. Composition, which is of 400 to 450 words and carries 25 marks, has different types: descriptive, narrative, argumentative, expository, reflective and short story. A descriptive composition is organized by focusing on the 5 senses: taste, sound, sight and smell. By using these 5 senses, the descriptive essay begins to have feeling and depth and a sense of belonging. Good descriptive writing includes many vivid sensory details that paint a picture and appeals to all of readers' senses of sight, hearing, touch, smell and taste when it is written in an appropriate way. A descriptive composition generally focuses on portraying a person, a place, an object, an experience, a memory. The question which I had given you, that describe about a place that you have visited which you found rewarding and peaceful. So it describes about the place, the weather, the people and the local activities, and that has made your memorable experience. Now next type is narrative. A narrative composition is based on experience. It follows a chronological order, the order in which the incidents take place. A narrative composition deals with such subjects as a narrative, a visit to a place of interest, incidents such as a festival, a marriage ceremony or quarrel, biographies of great people, a story real or imaginary. Remember students, narrative composition is categorized as fiction and non-fiction. Fiction, which is based on imaginative events or stories, and non-fiction based on real facts. Both should include characters, plot, conflict, setting and narrator's point of view. It focuses on a person's a turning point in your life, a childhood memory, achieving success, a failure, a good or bad deed, an interesting event. Remember the question I gave you, that you write about a responsibility that you held in your school, and earlier you were reluctant, but later on when you took that responsibility, it was a rewarding experience and it was a turning point in your life. You were surprised at the outcome. So it is an interesting event and you saw the result of it. Now remember students, that narrative composition should not have any part lifted from any of your prescribed textbook. You can give the reference part from it, and also don't use dream aspect, that you have written the whole matter and then you write that it was all your dream, because in both the cases it will be regarded as BI, blatant irrelevancy, and you will lose 3/5 of your marks. Third type is argumentative. An argumentative essay is a type of writing that requires a writer to defend a position on a topic using evidence from personal experience, literature, historical examples, and research to support his or her viewpoint. The writer in some way has to persuade the opposing reader to change his or her idea or belief. Now in this case, you will first write an introduction. You can first introduce the problem and give background information necessary for the argument. In the beginning paragraph, you have to take your stand very clearly and then give your logical points in the forthcoming paragraphs, because your stand takes 2 marks. Then it is usually a good idea to write 1 paragraph for each reason. Each reason carries 3 marks. So you will write 4 paragraphs, because depending on the points the writer you wants to make, write at least 4 paragraphs with examples to prove your stand. 4 into 3, 12 marks. Now last we come to conclusion. Restate your stand taken clearly once again and summarize the reasons so that your essay makes sense. So concluding line takes 1 mark, so that becomes 15. 15 plus 10 marks for linguistic ability. Next we come to expository. This is the fourth type and it is known as mixed topic because it's very scoring. Here you can write a descriptive essay, narrative essay, and you can also write a story. You can write and reflective, you can reflect your ideas on it. Give anecdotes from your own life and from that of others. Expository Composition could be based on one word or phrase, that is newspaper. Has to be a serious formal essay based on facts. You may even write a story. Weave it around the 6 question words: what, why, when, how, where and who. Use these words to build up materials as well as organize development of your essay. For newspaper, for example, you could begin by explaining what they are, when they originated and why, where they are found, how they are used and why, their advantages and disadvantages. Give specific examples and illustrations to substantiate your thesis. Now in your question I gave you, in my video lecture 1, I gave you question solitude, where you can write a story and anecdotes from your life and that of others.